interestingly enough, I don't think PiKA has rolled this early on a day 2 in probably 20 years.
This is unprecedented. They either they sandbagged magnificently yesterday, or they are really putting themselves at a disadvantage, rolling with the streets a little cooler.
So here comes the bung with 15 seconds. That both buggies are on the ground.
And
10, 9,
ready for the first
8,
men's race.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ready, set.
And we are off in the first men's heat of the final Carnival weekend men's sweepstakes races. We've got PiKA A in lane 1 and SigNu A in lane 3. And it looks like PiKA is taking a bit of a lead over SigNu, as SigNu's time yesterday just squeaked into the top 10 at 2:19. And so
Justin Granger with maybe a 17 or 16 second hill one time. Nick Selman doing a very nice job coming up over there.
And Nick does get a good two-handed shove off into the free roll, gets out of the way. And it looks like the Bungarus Crate buggy is about 4 seconds behind. Although, looks like it's maintaining its distance at this point.
Justin and Nick, with a combined probably 11 years of experience on the front hills, would be something you expect to see them over up well. Melissa Lee, who is a record setter from last year, is doing a nice job hugging the curb and keeping it tight, approaching the stop sign here.
And it looks like they'll have a stop sign split time of 52 seconds.
I don't think we've seen something that fast all weekend, have we?
No, we have not.
All right.
So we could be looking at a record.
taking the upper transition flag, SigNu taking the flag behind them, gap staying fairly constant. PiKA taking the chute flag, turning in. Smooth turn, SigNu taking the flag. PiKA's through the chute cleanly. SigNu also through the chute cleanly. Very nice chute turns for both. They're doing the rollout.
And
PiKA rolling about 6 windows. Very nice pickup for the PiKA Hill 3. Doing the pump and run. SigNu picking up as well. SigNu enjoying the advantage of now chasing up the back hills.
Nick DeAngelis having a great Hill 3, transitioning off to Zach Smith for Hill 4 for PiKA. And yeah, it does look like a tremendous improvement over yesterday's performance, as they're coming up on the Hill 4-5 transition.
Zach Smith, a returning pusher from last year from the record-setting team as well.
And it looks like if they make that transition around 144, 145, this could be a sub 2:05 time, which I don't think the crowd is ready for.
That was a 146, 146 on the 4-5 exchange. Very nice. Two-handed bump on Hill 5 right now. He's got a lot of distance to cover, but he's catching that buggy now.
And they're getting close to the finish line, and it looks like, yeah.
He's got one hand on a small bump. He's approaching the line.
And crosses at a time of about 2:08.
About 2:08. Probably not enough.
Yeah. So the Hill 5 time just not quite enough, but he fell at the finish line. He's getting picked up and pushed out of the way as SigNu crosses the finish line at around 2:17. So it looks like SigNu will improve on their time from yesterday by about 2 seconds. And PiKA definitely putting up a much better performance than yesterday's time of 2:10.7. It looks like they were in the 2:08, 2:07 range.
Yeah, they shaved a lot of time off of there, but you know, I'm not sure that's going to be enough. You know, PiKA A coming in at a 2:10 yesterday, and then now maybe a 2:08. That's pretty good, but you know, you're looking at second place at a 2:08. Is SDC going to lose 3 seconds to be that speed? I don't know. They're running to that drop test right now.
And with a lot of the women's times improving this morning by about 2 seconds. If Fringe's A-team at a time of 2:08.21 can improve a little bit, that might be enough. But it looks like PiKA's time is already going up on the board as 2:08 point something.
So, you know, SDC, again, it's their race to lose. They can maintain their parity. They can do what they did last year, what they did this year, maintain about a 2:05, and they're going to win this race.
And SigNu's AFIO time is showing as 2:17. We'll see what the last 2 digits they put up are for each team as they finally hear from the CMU Radio Club. So the men's heats are already underway. PiKA A making some significant strides over their performance yesterday.
Chimera looks like it passed the drops. It's been a pretty significant, or a pretty steady buggy through drop tests and those kind of things. SigNu has always been very good too.
Good.
And SigNu actually, it's kind of an interesting point to discuss, is that SigNu uses something called a drag brake. So they actually have a chunk of rubber, usually on a piece of metal, that gets pushed onto the ground. And PiKA clearly doesn't have that in Chimera right now. So SigNu looks like they passed their drop test as well with that drag brake. So both buggies look like they did pretty well through the drop test and will probably count.